Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to my kitchen. I am so glad you are here. I know, been kind of gone a little bit. I have been doing a lot of traveling and not a lot of videotaping, so I am sorry. But we are back. I'm just kind of getting back into the groove of things and just using up what I still have in the apartment before I go out to fill up. But I do need some staples today, so I'm going to make my pickled onions because we love to have those all summer long, especially like, you know, on your burgers and whatever else that you're having. Salads, we use them in a lot of different places. So I haven't had those for a while. So I am making those today. We're gonna throw some sweet potatoes in the oven to cook because that's what I have. And I have some very budding red potatoes and I need some cheese sauce. Mama needs some cheese sauce. We are making cheese sauce today. So if that interests you, stick around. Let's get this done together. Probably going to do a few other little prep things for today. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button and scooch on over. And hit that bell icon so you're notified every time one of my videos goes up. I promise I'm going to be way more consistent and we're going to have a lot more content. I am trying to really hone in on everything and stop making excuses. So stick with me, please stick with me and keep me accountable. And also, if you're struggling or having an issue on your plant-based diet or vegan diet, everybody is welcome here. Vegans, carnivores, everything I make is delicious. And again, you can also share these with your friends who might be interested in a few new recipes. I do have a recipe for my pickled onions on my website, and I have a video, so I will link that for you guys. And same thing with the cheese sauce. We're not recreating the wheel here. We are going to just stock up on some basics in our fridge. I did have a lot of greens left. My husband happened to buy a lot while I was gone, so we did make one big salad again, like I always do, and then we just add in everything that we have. But I am trying to up my fiber and my iron and all that other stuff. So we're going to start with the potato sauce, and we just need to peel some potatoes, some carrots, get them boiling, and then we're going to blend them in the Vitamix. And if you don't have a Vitamix, I have to tell you, I think it's like one of the most important kitchen equipment that I use probably every day. I'm always making shakes and smoothies and sauces. And you know what? Costco has them a lot of times at a half decent price. There's also my link to Amazon, so please feel free to use that. I do get a small little commission on that, but again, it's not enough. If you want to go get it at Costco, go make yourself happy. I think a food processor, the Vitamix, an air fryer, and an Instant Pot are really the four things I probably can't live without. Anyway, so let's get into getting our potatoes ready. All right, so our potatoes and our carrots are cooked. And again, we're going to put them in our blender. I'll probably do this with a regular blender. It's just going to take a little longer to make it nice and smooth, but I'm going to add some of the juice and then reserve some. And this just is however thick or thin you want your cheese sauce or what you're using it for. Of course, nutritional yeast just because. I'm going to put in, you gotta have that cheesy flavor. I'm going to put in a little bit of cayenne pepper, some garlic powder. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. If you're SOS, you don't have to add it because I am going to actually add some miso too. A little bit of smoked paprika, some onion powder, a little bit of miso, and you can omit the salt. I just kind of like the flavor. It gives it that umami flavor. And then I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of yellow mustard. You could use that sweet and savory one. You can use whatever you want. I like to try to change it up. And instead of lemons today, I'm going to use apple cider vinegar just to give it that little tartness. And then we're just going to blend this all together. And there we have it. I'm just going to Perfect. Again, always adjust your seasonings, put in what you like. But that's kind of like the base recipe, and I do change it up all the time. Now we're going to do our red onions. I think I'm going to do them in, hang on, what am I going to do? I think I've seen them like this instead. I think I'm going to do them the other way. Get a reusable jar. I'm just going to use these ones because the lid is easier for me to get off. I've been having some, and I am going to have that attached for everybody. I have a recipe already on my website and my YouTube channel on making these. And again, these are like a staple in our house. We just like to always have them in our fridge. So I've already heated up and boiled the vinegar. To that, we're going to add in about a tablespoon of maple syrup and about a teaspoon of salt. We're going to just give that a little stir because the mixture is still warm. We just want it to dissolve. Perfect. Take our jar, add in the rest of our onions. So one large, depending on your jar, and again, depending on your jar, you need to adjust the liquids. So I already know this one kind of fits. And then now you could add oregano to this. I'm making these plain. I don't always like oregano in them, but they're really good with oregano also. We're just going to pour our liquid over. Because I'm a little short on liquid, which is fine, because once I press them down a little bit, I'm just going to top it off with a little splash of vinegar. And that was the apple cider vinegar. Yeah. So I should have doubled it for this recipe. Oopsies. That's okay. And we're going to just blend that in together. Break up those onions a little bit. Perfect. Now we're going to put our lid on, and those just go in the fridge for a couple of hours, or a couple of days, sorry, and they should be good in a day or two. And I would probably later on, you know, push them down again, make sure everything's kind of immersed. There we go. Our pickled red onions. So those are just two staples that I love to have in my fridge at all times. Those pickled red onions I use in a lot of different things whenever you want to just add a little something, and they are good for kind of your digestive system in place of maybe sauerkraut or something. And also that cheese sauce gets morphed into so many different things here in our kitchen, between quesadillas and burritos, just making mac and cheese. It's delicious again. And now we have our potato casserole all set to go. And we're going to freeze whatever we don't eat and have it when we get back. So that's a plus. Thank you so much for joining me again, guys. And don't forget, come join us in the Facebook group and leave me some comments down below. Do you prefer those pickled onions, or are you on team cheese sauce? Because I know everybody loves the cheese sauce.